Hey, it's me Shania and I'm back again with another video for you. Today I'm especially excited about this video because I am presenting this video in collaboration with Pray Sweat Slay. And you can find the link to Pray Sweat Slay down below in the description box. Now let's talk a little bit more about this brand and what it represents. So this is the website right here where you can find the Pray Sweat Slay products. Like I said, the link is below in the description box, and Pray Sweat Slay was founded by Tiana Hester Charles, and she's a dancer as well as a fitness instructor. And Tiana has basically based her brand along the idea of inspiring and motivating others. And what I really like about Pray Sweat Slay is the fact that pray and prayer is the foundation of anything, in my opinion. And then after you pray on it, then you sweat, you work hard and you give it your all. And then with those two things combined, you're able to slay it. You're able to kill it and perform at your best ability. So Tiana sent me 3 products to share with you guys. And the 3 products that she sent me were this Pray Sweat Slay black and white sweatshirt, and this is a size medium. It's pretty big, I must say. For me, this would be like a large. So if you consider yourself medium size and you don't want an oversized sweatshirt, then you could get a small. I haven't washed it yet though to see if it's gonna shrink or anything, but something tells me it's gonna be fine even after I wash it. She also sent me this black t-shirt here, again a size medium, but it's pretty hefty, pretty big. This could definitely be a large, so definitely size down and order a small if you do not like that oversized look. And it's pretty cool, it's cute, and it's pretty like lightweight. It's pretty breathable. And the final thing that she sent me was this tank here, this sleeveless tank in white, Pray Sweat Slay. Again, this is a medium, but it is big, it's large. Okay, try it on, show us what it looks like. Well, I will get to it, but before I get to it, I wanna jump into these 3 DIY tutorials. I'm gonna be showing you how to take plain leggings, and I'm going to be showing you how to revamp them enough so that you'll feel like a little bit more motivated to just slay. Let's get into it. Okay, so for this first pair of revamped leggings, you're going to take your leggings and fold them as if you were going to iron them and put creases in them. So basically the side seams should be in the middle of the leg. Alright, and just smooth it out and make sure everything is nice and flat. Then you're going to take some masking tape or painter's tape, and you're just going to stick it along the edge of the pant leg, and you want to make sure that you're sticking it along the edge that's actually going to be in the front once you turn the pants back to the right way that they should be. And as you can see here, I didn't exactly put the tape all the way at the edge of the pant leg. I left a little space in between the edge of the tape and the edge of the pant leg. Then you want to turn your leggings back the normal way that they are, and you'll see that your tape is a little crooked, so you just want to eyeball it and readjust the tape so that it is completely straight from top to bottom. Now you're going to turn your leggings inside out, and then you're going to use a seam ripper to take out the seam in the inner leg. So basically this seam right here. So when you finish opening your pant leg, it should look like this. And then now you're going to take your elastic and you're going to use a pin or a clip to attach it to the middle of the tape. And my tape is about a ½ inch wide. So I didn't pin my elastic all the way down. I only pinned the top part of my elastic. And the reason why is because I'm just going to use the edge of my presser foot as a way to ensure that I'm stitching straight. So I'm gonna match up the edge of the elastic to the edge of the presser foot as I sew. And now you're just gonna peel the tape off along the sides of the elastic. And once you do that, you will have a perfectly straight piece of elastic. Woohoo! So now you want to turn your pants inside out, and you just want to close that inner seam. So you're just going to pin the legs together, and then you're gonna sew. So you're basically gonna redo what you undid. When you're done, it should look like this, and you're just going to repeat all of these steps for the other leg. Now on to our second pair of upcycled leggings. You're gonna take a pin and place it where you want the start and the finish of your cutout to be, so basically the top and the bottom of your cutout. And then you're gonna draw a straight line along both pins, like so. So the easiest way to transfer these lines to the other pant leg would be to lightly lift this top pant leg and then place a pin along the line but on the bottom pant leg. Now we want to draw seam allowance lines inside of the two lines that we just drew. And now you're going to cut along the inner lines, and if you only want your crisscross to be on the front of your leggings, then only cut through one layer. So this is what my leggings looked like when I only cut through one side, and I didn't really like it because I feel like the side just looks kind of tacky and it looks very like handmade. So this is what it looks like if you only cut through one layer, so that you can get the crisscross just on the front of the pant leg. Just leave me a comment if you want me to let you know what else you have to do for just the crisscross on the front. Otherwise, you can cut through both layers and then keep that cutout of fabric for later. We're going to be making our tubes with that fabric. So now you want to hem the edges of each part of the pant leg, and I find that the best way to add stability is by using stay tape. So just check the description below to find out where you can get stay tape. But the stay tape is basically going to help your pants from puckering and getting overstretched. It's going to keep its formation. And you're just going to hem the edges the same way that you would if you were stitching. So just put the stay tape along the edges and then fold it over. Once you use your stay tape, you won't need to stitch it down. And so it should look like this once you're done. Now you're gonna take that scrap fabric from before that you got after you cut the pant leg in half, and then you're going to cut it so that you have one long strip of fabric, and then you're going to cut it down the middle. You're gonna use one of those halves and you're gonna cut about a 1/2 inch wide strips. And in the end, you should have about 6 strips. You might need to use the other piece of the fabric, the other half of the fabric. Then from there, you should cut each of the 6 tubes so that you have a total of 12 tubes, and each tube is about 4 inches long and a 1/2 inch wide. Then you're gonna elongate each of the 12 tubes by gently pulling on them. Then you're gonna pin and sew a tube to each side of the pant leg. And then once you finish that, you're going to create 3 even loops. Then you want to flip your pants over and repeat the same steps. And then you want to remember to start with the sides of the pant leg. So this is what it will look like when you have all 6 of your loops attached. And you want to start doing the same thing on the other half of the pant leg, except you're just gonna do 2 on the side. You're gonna take one of those tubes and you're gonna stick it through the first loop, and then you're gonna sew it down. And then you're gonna take the other tube and you're gonna stick it through the last loop and sew it down. And then you're gonna take another tube and put it in the middle and hand stitch it. After that, you're gonna loop it through the middle loop, and then you're gonna hand stitch it down. So that way you have those 6 loops intertwined like so. And you're just gonna repeat the same thing on the other side of the pants. So just flip it over and repeat, and remember to start with the sides. And when you're finished, it should look like this. Okay, so now for our third transformation, you're just going to place a pin where you want the bottom of your lace-up section to be. So mine's is a total of 5.5 inches long, and you're going to create a pattern like this. Now it should be 2 inches wide, but if you want it a little longer, then you can substitute 5.75 inches for your desired length of the lace-up section. So now your 4 pattern should look like this once you've transferred it onto the fabric, and you want to remember to add your 1/4 inch seam allowance along the back of each of these patterns. So now you want to set aside 2 of the patterns for later, and you want to start by facing the right side of 2 of the patterns together. You want to pin them down and sew along the seam allowance on the edge, and then you want to leave an open space so that later on we can flip the pattern right side out. After you finish sewing, you want to turn the tube inside out the same way that you would if you had a sock that was on the wrong side. You use a pointy object like a loop turner or safety pin to push the corners out. So your flap should look like this, and then you want to sew the top edge closed, and then you want to use a marker to just mark where you want your holes to be. I like to start from the end and then work my way through the middle. So your flap should look something like this, and now you want to cut holes into those marks and then just hand sew eyelets. You can also use your sewing machine to make the eyelets, or you can install metal eyelets. Now this is my first time hand sewing eyelets, and I will say it's definitely not my neatest work. After that, you just want to repeat these steps with the other 2 patterns so that you'll have 2 flaps, and then you want to lace them up using a string of your choice. Now you want to position your laced up flaps on your pants, and they should line up with where you originally placed your pin. Pin the flaps in place and then sew along the edge. I ended up doing 2 rows of stitches around the flaps because I felt like it looked more professional. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up and be sure to head on over to Pray Sweat Slay and check out their merchandise. They have a lot of cool things offered besides the things that they sent me. Really cool things, so definitely check them out. And even if you know right now can't buy anything, head on over to the Pray Sweat Slay Instagram and just show your support and show your love. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.